Gonna send everybody the link. Hey, buddy, put your headphones in.
What?
I said, put your headphones in. I hear it. Sorry for people who are gonna have to just watch me figure out what I'm doing. All right. All right, I just posted it. Let me know if you're here. I think I'll be able to see you pop up. It's going to be really fun for people to watch at the beginning. Sorry, y'all. You're going to have to wait, Ralphie. You're going to have to wait. Of course, my dog needs to go out right when I start this. Once everybody else gets on, I might have to go take him out. All right, y'all. It's 102, 103. Hey, Eva. Hey. Hey. You're I see
through the worst reception possible.
Of course. I was going to say, most of the, on the way to the beach, most of it is bad reception.
Yeah, so we will see. Just me and you so far. Where does it show up? It'll just show up at the bottom.
Yep, that's Catherine. Hey.
Hey y'all. So I'm gonna put myself on mute because I need to get kids down for nap because it's a crap show today. Is that okay?
I'm about to have to take Ralph out. Of course, as soon as I went live, Ralph's like barking like he needs to go out. So
yeah, face down on the floor. I'm like, okay, so you're gonna go upstairs.
Yes, I have the most spotty reception ever for driving. So.
Hey.
Hey. This is so neat.
I'd like to see what you see on your phone because I know what I see is different than what you see on a phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
So, like, for the video that people will see, whenever you're talking, your video, like your face, like right now, my face is showing. When y'all start talking, it shows your face. And then, so for the YouTube video that people will be able to watch, they'll just see the people who are talking. You don't see the other people at the bottom unless they're talking. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, there's Christy.
Yep.
We're driving. We got the whole crew back here. Tell them, hey, Brooklyn.
Hey.
Debbie.
Hey.
And then our driver here. So we're en route.
I don't know. I think we're expecting Lauren and Heather.
Yeah, I'm chatting with Lauren, because I was like, are we
be live because I was like, I need to finish drying my hair. My hair.
She looks cute. Wow.
Lisa Merch.
I look horrible.
And do you know if April's going to get on, Christy?
I have not even talked with her. I haven't talked to her today.
She didn't respond, so
yeah, I don't even know. I'm meant to call her about all the other other matters, but needless to say, we didn't even talk about it. About the online stuff.
All right. Wait about 30 more seconds, then we'll just start.
Okay.
Who has their microphone turned off?
Catherine.
I'm going to turn it back on. Y'all, this is weird. I'm going to read Kate a story and then put her to bed, and I'm just going to listen to y'all. And I'll I need to. Is that okay?
I need your input for some stuff, so just
loud.
Yeah, she's going to, look, see, she's just waiting for her story, and then she's going to bed.
Keep an ear out of an ears.
Lauren says hers isn't working.
All right. I somehow still have 2 bars. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. So the way we want to do these in the future and now is to start with like some stuff that helps us as professionals, as leaders, but then move into more like planning or like things that we need as leaders, like need help with, or what we think the team needs, and then end with just planning the next like team meeting. So that's kind of what I have down to do. So one of the things that they talked about at conference was kind of how to run your business during the week. And I feel like that's something that I struggle with, because obviously we have other things that we do during the week, and a lot of us don't office hour times. Structurally, it would benefit us to try to have some sort of like normalcy to how we do things. So one of the things that they recommended was kind of breaking your week up into 5 blocks, whether that be either having like your 5, like each day of the week be for something different, or maybe if you only work your business, if you dedicate one day to whatever, break them into 5 segments.
Yep. All right, I'm trying to help. I think she cut out. She probably has no idea that she's cut out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Maybe she's back. Is she coming?
Maybe.
And the first back, I always am curious, like, what am I do on a week basis? What did he have? Because he's a creature of. I'd be interested to know what she did. And then, yeah, here.
I texted her and said you're breaking up like crazy, because I don't think she can hear us otherwise.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You can?
That's the only part that anyone can always hear. You can always hear the can you hear
me? Can you hear me?
Isn't that the way it works?
Now she's.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm good. So can you pull over for just a minute so I can like hold on to the signal for a second?
You're good now.
I'm good now. Okay. So the way they broke it up was that you dedicate one chunk of time to customer care. So checking back in with your customers, things like, and then working on host coaching, kind of making sure. Oh, here comes Lauren.
I invited her because she was having issues, so I sent her a separate invitation. I think it's gonna work.
Lauren's joining, I think. Am I still?
You're kind of breaking up a little again.
Oh no. How about now?
Hey, Lauren.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
So it's letting me do it from my phone, but it's not letting me do it from my computer.
For mine, I had to download some kind of plug-in or something.
Yeah, I did too. And it wouldn't, like, I went through everything and I was like, I know I'm not dumb.
Oh, I mean, you know how to do it, yeah.
The lighting in here is horrible, so.
Damon, my.
Oh,
Christy, your hair's
love
so
the blend.
pretty.
I know Christy looks good.
She always looks good. I said, this is my body cloth and my ponytail day.
Yep.
I love that.
Who else here?
Sorry.
Am I clear now? Do I have reception?
Not really great.
I'll be right
Megan,
back.
you sound like a robot.
Yeah.
No. Any better at all?
Yeah. Like every once in a while, you'll say something that sounds really clear. Don't mind my DJ dancing back here.
I like it. All right, so I'm gonna roll until y'all tell me that you can't hear me.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
So Lauren, we were talking about making it like how to break up your week as a leader, like what things you can do. Breaking it up into 5 different ways: customer care, host coaching, doing recruiting calls. That one is a little bit weird to me, but recruiting calls, onboarding new consultants, and then growth, taking time to do professional development type stuff. So those are kind of the ways they broke it up into winter hours. Is a good idea. Have a certain chunk of time.
Can y'all hear Megan? I can't hear like anything. Okay.
Oh Lord, bless. No, it's not good.
I text her and told her it's bad because I don't think she can hear us either.
Okay. Is it just us? Like
No,
four?
And Catherine's on, but she has hers muted. She's putting her kids to bed.
Oh, okay. I was like, I can see somebody else, but I can't tell who. So.
Or let me get on your. Let me connect.
We got one bar. We got the same service.
Oh shit! Yay! Can you hear me now?
Yep. It seems like every time you say, "Can you hear me now?" then it's good, and then it gets
And
bad.
then it goes out.
Bless.
This is gonna be fun for people to watch back.
I know. Sure. We'll have to tell them to fast forward to a certain point.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna start moving again. See if that helps, maybe.
You're cool right now.
Okay, but I'm gonna go with it. Set work hours so that you have a beginning and an end, so you'll actually be more productive during that time. Only do things that you would pay somebody to do.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
That
don't
was
surf Facebook.
stressing me.
Don't get lost in looking at stuff. Ask yourself, is this something I would pay somebody to do? And that's kind of how you know if you're being productive or not. And then hire help. This is one of the ones that I struggled with for a bit, but it gets a little bit easier because I just think I can do it all. And I just think I don't want to give away my profit, or I feel like, oh, if I do this, I don't like to do the opportunity cost thing. I just would rather keep the money for myself. But it's well known that you have to spend money to make money. And so even if you can, set aside some time and not even necessarily hire your children, to stamp catalogs or to help you enter orders, to help you set up Facebook events, things that anybody can do, that you don't necessarily have to be the one to do, because we don't want to lose that, side to it to where you're talking to us. I don't like that. But things that they won't know whether you're doing it or not, I feel like are good, important things to get help with whatever way you can. Still good? You can still hear me?
Yes.
Yay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So those were some of the things that they talked about as things that can kind of help us as leaders. And then some of the things that moving forward, as far as specifically with 704x, that we need, first of all, thank you all so much for helping with the mop posts, with the technology posts, with all the things that we broke up for people to kind of take and let be theirs. The Tip Tuesday that Misty's helping make sure stays active. Like that's so little. Like it's so like simple, but it's so helpful. You know, much for your help with that. And two, also one thing that they taught us at conference is to try to tag people in your posts because more people will see it that way. So if you tag, you know, familiar people in our group, like more 704 Rexers will see it. So whenever you're doing a post, try to tag friends because it'll notify more members.
And I'm the worst at remembering to do that. I always think of it after the fact, and then you can't go back and like add them to your tag or whatever. I need to be better.
That's a good tip too. Like in your Facebook events, whenever you make a post in the event, you can on your events with your hostesses and customers, you can
tag your host. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Another one that we need to add that would be nice to have somebody's help with. I don't know who does not have a job or wants a job, but I think it's important. Erica used to do it, and I feel like it is necessary for a leader to do it. Is to post the updates when they come out on the 15th and on the 1st. I mean, I feel like all assume that people are seeing those and getting them in their email and seeing them in their back office, but they don't. Yeah. So I think it would be great if kind of maybe one of our leaders, and I don't mean necessarily y'all, but just somebody, you know, kind of be in charge of that for a couple months and then tag off to somebody else. Just having those posted on the 15th and the 1st. I think people like seeing them visually in 704 WEX, so they'll have them. So that's something we need to kind of help to think about and get somebody to hopefully be in charge of that. I'm surprised.
The other thing about that, Megan, is that some people don't get the emails from Norwex like until way late. Like it's never consistent on my end. Like I don't ever get them right. Like sometimes I'll get them right at 1 o'clock. Sometimes I'll get them the next day. Sometimes I get them like late that night or whatever. And so I think that's definitely important.
Yeah. It's definitely spotty. And then some people too get them, but they don't know to open up like the impressions and where to look for them.
Right.
Well, for links that we don't even realize. I mean, there's times I have missed whole chunks of information. I mean, I know now, make sure I keep on scrolling through because there's all sorts of links, you know, where they have it all out that way.
And telling people to check their junk mail too and like fixing that because I know it's gone to junk mail for a bunch of my girls before. Yeah. And until they go and click and say, hey, these people are safe.
Yeah.
But.
Well, and I think
April just messaged me. She can't get on.
Okay. I'll try to invite her. I'll text her. I'll do what I did for you.
Okay.
So, and if we're struggling to find some of those at some points, you know, these new people have no clue where to find them. So I think it's important that we post those. And then too, anytime whoever does it or anytime you post like for that, I'm thinking we just need to start tagging like ESLs and above in that post. Oh, look at that dandruff. That way, everybody's downline is seeing it, and they'll get notified for it. So if you're doing any posts and stuff for Norwex, try to tag as many leaders as you can. Those, and then we need to increase Borough.
Yeah, you're breaking up like crazy. So we didn't hear any of what you just said.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. We need an event made for our Norwex Live for Charlotte and Greensboro. I think April, that was one of the things on the list that she was doing. Probably need to get those made soon. Booking Blitz. What do y'all think? Mid-September? Not do one? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's never a bad idea.
we haven't done one in a long time, so I was thinking.
I
that
mean,
might
I think it's with all of the new people that have come on board and it being like our getting ready to lead into our busiest like selling season,
Great.
then it's not gonna hurt.
Okay. So we need to.
I don't. They're uncomfortable, but I mean, you know, like
I know.
they're necessary.
That's
Yeah, you're right. Well, and the people who don't want to participate won't, you know, so
Right.
it is what it is. But I think that speaks to a love language for some people. So
Right.
I think it's worth it.
I hate them, like, as far as how it makes me feel, but I've never done one and not got a booking off of it.
Yeah, same.
It's so true. It's so true.
And they're not as bad like the more you do, but for new people, like I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, this is so intimidating, like, and I started sweating like I did at my first party. But after I did it, I was super glad. So
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Presley's joining.
I just invited her. It
That
doesn't.
made me nervous.
Yeah.
oh God, bless.
It says, "Are you sure you want to invite Presley Maddox?" No.
No, I don't want Presley. Take April. Did it work? Is she?
No, not yet. She's not on yet, but I did send it.
Okay. So we'll try for a booking blitz. We'll have to look at dates. I don't remember how we did it before. I think we did it on like a Sunday night.
Yeah, and I think that's a good time to do it.
Yeah. So we'll look at picking out a date in September to do that at some point, and then we need to also probably resurrect Coffee and Conversation for this fall.
Yeah.
Just to reach that group of people, or just a new group of people.
Were we doing those like mid-month? I can't remember like what the week or whatever month we were doing them
It seems like we did it like 2 weeks after
after the meeting. Okay.
So we'll look at that, and I don't remember if we did it on any certain day of the week or not. But if y'all have an input on what day of the week is better for y'all,
I think we probably just have to change them. I mean, because to hit.
Yeah. I'm pretty much free this fall, y'all. I'm gonna have 2 in elementary school, so it's a whole new world.
Yep.
It's crazy. A whole new world. All right, so Stephanie and I realized just right before this started that we totally messed up on the whole team meeting date thing for next week. We always had it for the 14th since January. Realized then that the 14th is a Tuesday, not a Monday, and that we were then having people decide between Monday and Sunday and then had the wrong dates. It's just a hot mess what we did. But anyway, it seemed like most people were good with the original date that we had set, or just keeping it as is on Tuesday the 14th. So I think just in the name of keeping it as it always was and as least confusing as possible, I'm just going to go live in 704X after this and just say, hey, team meeting is Tuesday, RSVP here, hope you can tune in live, and just go with that, because we totally messed that up.
We'll say maybe delete the entire poll.
Yeah, I think so. So what happened was it was always scheduled for Tuesday, but then April texted us and was like, people want to have them on Sundays instead. So we were like, okay, well, we could do the online one on Sunday if that would be better for everybody. So the poll was supposed to say, do you want the original day or Sunday? And instead it said, do you want Monday or Sunday instead of the original day? So anyway, it was a big fail.
So
Yay!
what?
I would say
I'm
if
like,
it's someone
talking right now.
if we're able to get a set date, or even like our online parties at least being a set date,
Yep.
that would probably be very helpful. So even if you don't pay attention to, what's in the kind of already know. I don't know. That's just, I mean, I get going back and forth. Maybe some people that's what they need to do, but I'm just trying to plug it so that way it's I don't know. We have a set day.
Y'all, and I'm just going to be honest for like a second, because with the whole Sunday thing, with Team Wicked doing their meetings on Sundays,
That's what I said.
like Sunday nights, for one, that could be a conflict because we do have people that watch both because they get fed different things from different people. But at the same time, Sundays, I don't want to talk Norwex, especially Sunday after or Sunday nights, because I'm like, I'm with my family. I mean, that's just me personally. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I mean, Sunday nights, I'm kind of getting the rest of my week organized. So
people are planning for the week. I like to do Sunday night parties. Like I have tons of parties on Sunday nights because that works for me and works for
right.
So I don't think there's not a day that's not a party day. I mean, because something different works for everybody. So
Right.
Which is the best part about it. But
for sure. I'm just wondering about meetings on like a Sunday night when we, when we encourage them to be with their families and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Team Wicked.
That's just my like 2 seconds of a thought, but
I agree 100%. We've just put it out there in the poll just to see, because April was like, Sunday night is not a party night. And I said, well, it is for me. So I know it is for some people, but we wanted to see if like everybody said like, yeah, we'd rather it be on Sunday night than we would.
Right.
We were just trying to get a feel for it. She said she had a couple of people message her and said that they would rather have it on a Sunday night.
I would.
So my thing is that we don't do these meetings very often. We do them once a month.
Right.
Online ones we do even less, obviously even less frequently. And so I think that we, always in January set our year dates, and that's just and to stick with it, like you said, for some like consistency. Right. Just that way people always know, in January when they fill out their new calendar, just go ahead and write in all your team meeting dates for the year. And it may be that we want to include those somewhere. That pinned post, that's going to be something too soon that we need to address. That pinned post, we got to figure out a better way. I feel like either we've talked about maybe doing a website, getting a website and having a 704X website where people just get all this and download the PDFs and download everything. Then also the Facebook groups now have a way where you can have like sections where it's like a social group or something where you can like learn from different like columns. We haven't gone into that, but that's something we definitely want to look into coming, moving forward. But that way too, if we had a website or if we had something like that, our team meeting dates would be visible from the minute somebody signs up. Like, put these on your calendar. These are when we meet. And I think that would be helpful.
Well, I have apparently some new team members who are not even on who are not on Facebook. So they rely on just flat out sending information, piece by piece, and they're not my directs. So it's then trying to plug in their leaders to let them know.
Yeah, which is another reason why a website would be helpful. But it's just looking at what to use, the cost, whether to have it password protected and all that. We just have not gone there yet. But if anybody
could a Google Form do similar things to you?
Maybe, yeah. Using Google Drive.
Yeah. Maybe. Is there a way to password protect that?
Change it on the drive and then save it there.
I wonder if there's a way to put a password on. Our issue there is that we don't want it to just go to anybody in Norwex. We want to kind of keep the stuff just available for people on our team.
Right.
Well, that's a point too.
I'll
look into the Google thing. There may be a way.
I don't care. Okay. Can y'all still hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think that was everything here. So team meeting agenda for our online meeting next Tuesday, the 14th, not Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, so this is what we were thinking. start the meeting out with our normal like recognitions. Stephanie and April go live and do those recognitions, and then consultant spotlight. We're gonna do Stacy Roney. She is in I think Hanover, but she messaged me a couple months ago, and basically her calendar was like dried up, and she couldn't even get people to give her phone calls back, and was frustrated. And I just kind of honestly didn't have too much for her. I was like, I mean, like just go in a new direction and don't let those people like bog you down, and just try to seek out new people and just start fresh and whatever. She had a $6,500 July, so clearly she figured some things out. But I think that would be helpful for her to talk about how she did that, because I think a lot of people after summer especially feel the same way, like they feel kind of like they need to restart. And so I think she would be good maybe as our consultant spotlight. And she did message me back just a little bit ago and said that she would she's not real toward a video, so we'll use her video, I guess, as our consultant spotlight. And then I'm going to do a tutorial this week at some point on how to use Canva. I'm just going to record it, like a screen, whatever, how to use it. Lauren Andrews, I'm going to need you to I'm going to need you to turn your cheek in how I Canva.
Girl, I don't even know how to use Canva, so you're going to teach me too. So it's all good. Don't worry.
Right? Correct?
I
I'm going to pull images and pull images
Needs
and use
an
them as my
expert
background. So, yeah, just turn your cheek on the whole what is copyright.
You're good, girl. I won't turn you into anything.
So I'm going to do
Ask
that.
Megan how many things she's turned into compliance.
Do what?
It's exactly the same number as I've turned in.
Do you want me to tell you how many things I've turned into compliance?
Oh, yeah.
The t-shirt. One. Just one.
Over here.
Just one.
0.
Same.
Yep. And then I emailed and I was like, I'm never doing that again. But I will say, y'all, in regards to that, I will tell you this, just as a sidebar. So some of my downline, of course, we're past customers, so they're in my customer group. And I've had girls pull everything word for word and my graphic off and post it on their personal pages, not their customer group. And I'm like, hold on, back up the bus. If you're going to do that, you got to turn it into compliance.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm also reminded, like, as we are quote unquote leaders, that, that can be good and bad.
And that might be something for you to mention, Megan, in your video or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way,
I need to also, I feel like, too, it needs to be said, like we always say, what's mine is yours, but, like, people need to change the wording. Like, if they're going to steal from me, I at least want them to add some capital letters and then change the wording that it's not exactly what I said, because you want it to sound like yourself, So, yeah, I'll mention all that in the video. Okay, and then we're going to do Norwex Live testimonial, basically experience Norwex. Misty is going to talk about that and get that going to try to get people to come to Norwex Live. And then booking tips. I feel like since it's an online meeting, it's smart to utilize some of our girls that are farther off. So I have messaged Macy. I think she's going to hopefully do it. She's going to talk about booking tips and kind of I feel like that's been a constant thing that's come up lately for bookings, especially going in the fall, and especially it's going to help us if we're going to do a booking blitz. Tips on how to Macy's going to talk about that. And then Lauren and Christy, this is where if you will, go live together and talk about the energy bus. I think both of you are reading it. Is that correct?
Well, I'm starting it. I'm still early. I haven't read it all yet.
Okay.
Christy, have you started?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get further. If you want us to talk about it, I will get further in it.
And that's fine. If you don't get through all of it, I think it's okay. I mean, it's chock full of tips and stuff. And two, mainly you guys are going to just be kind of conversation starting and getting that, because I want y'all segment to kind of be where the team then participates the most. And kind of those who have read it, because we have several on our team who are reading it. This is where I want to have some team participation. So if you guys can just talk about like some of your takeaways from the book, you know, why do you think people should read it or who would find it valuable? You know, and then we need to come up with some kind of activity or team participation that has to do with the energy bus or things that you guys talk about in that, because we always end our online meetings with a giveaway. I think it'd be good to have something tied to the energy bus or just mindset or, you know, a topic like that to be our final post to get people to participate. And it can be a double-edged sword. It can be that they pull from what Macy talks about and what y'all talk about in that post with the bookings or with the energy bus. But just coming up with some kind of activity at the end of the meeting that encourages participation, and then do some kind of giveaway that's tied to that. What do y'all think?
Good to me.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Like I said, if you don't finish the whole book, I still feel like you'll get the gist of it. I'm honestly.
Well, I mean, we're not going to talk about the whole book anyways. We're just going to pull tips from it. So.
Right, and Google itself will give you the gist anyway.
Yeah.
So
Even first, the fact is, it's 5 of your.
You're breaking up now, Christy.
Yeah, I can't hear you, Christy.
You keep freezing for some reason.
Christy, go to your porch.
Well, then it's a different.
But it's not even bringing her face up when she talks, so it's gotta be
Do
pretty
you want to? Somebody want to text her or message her?
There she is.
Can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yeah. Or can you hear
Oh,
me?
Christy, are you back?
back up.
I'm standing beside my port.
We can hear you now.
Okay, I think we're good. What were you saying, Christy?
I was just going to say, even just the first couple, I guess lessons it talks about, you're the driver of your own bus. A lot of it starts with ourselves, focusing on, on that. And I know we talk all this about that, but that we're in charge and we have so many things come against us. Kind of decide where we, set our own back in a lot of regards and what we're going to do with different things that might come up. So anyway.
Yeah. I like too where you talked about the fact that we put our energy a lot of times into the things that drain us the most. But then if you focus on who's not on your bus, then you are completely neglecting the people who are on your bus and are ready to roll. And I feel like I'm so guilty of that,
Yep.
Okay. Are y'all still there? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So and I'll post to like a picture of like the it's not the agenda but the rough kind of list of events for the team meeting that I had. And also need to go in and make sure that we have all invited our downlines, or at least our leaders, to invite their downlines in the actual meeting. I don't know if everybody has been invited yet. So if you haven't had a chance to go through there and invite your personals and your personal group, I would definitely sometime in the next couple of days go through and do that as well. All right. And then when we figure out what kind of giveaway we want to do at the end of the team meeting, I can make a graphic for that. It may even be that I make that graphic as my Canva tutorial. So if we can figure out what we want to use as kind of our participation, Christy, if you and Lauren want to figure out kind of a good question or something that would be a conversation starter to use as the team participation thing at the end. Just let me know what y'all come up with, and I'll think too. But
I'm sure I have something to give away. I just don't know what.
all right, can y'all everybody, can y'all hear everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Let me go back through. I think that's it.
Everything I have on this list in front of me.
Do what?
So that's everything I have on this list so far. I think we got everything.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. Do y'all have anything else that you want to talk about or need to add or anything?
No, is this are you recording this at all, Stephanie?
Yeah, we're actually broadcasting live on YouTube right now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Since I missed the first part, I wanted to hear what Megan said about like the customer care and all that, splitting up your days.
About that, yeah, it was kind of breaking up, but yeah.
So I'm not sure if you missed anything or not, but
Okay.
let's see. The first part is going to be a little fun, but
we'll have to tell people just to fast forward through the first however much of it. So
I'll put. It takes a little while to load or whatever, but I'll post the link when it's done.
Cool. All right, sounds good. Well, hopefully this has been helpful. I guess we'll start doing this the first. What did we say? The last Monday of the month.
Yeah.
Probably around the same time, if that's good with everybody.
1 o'clock. Great time for me.
Is that pretty much good for everybody? We'll have to kind of post and see what's good. Obviously, it's probably good for us because we're all here right now, but we need to kind of post and see what time on a Monday is best for the most people during the day. So anyway, all right, I think that's it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.